VTHN welcomes you to the following presentation of Virginia Tech Hockey. VTHN welcomes you to the following presentation of Virginia Tech Hockey.
He says go. Although the winter season and cold temperatures may suggest heading south, the Seahawks and Hokies are two birds from a different feather as they clash tonight in a critical ACCHL game inside the Lancer-Lott Sports Complex. Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. My name is Chris Pierce, joined alongside Jordan Parham for tonight's broadcast between the Virginia Tech Hokies and the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks. Kyle Bean, our producer, as well as with us this evening. Jordan, the Hokies are hot as they've been so far this season. Winner 19-1-1 record throughout 21 games this season. They'll face off against the Seahawks, who are 12-12-1. I'm going to start with the Hokies for you, Jordan. They're obviously now number 2 in the region in the rankings. What do they need to do to stay hot and continue this win streak?
I know you're probably looking for a longer answer on this, but in all honesty, Chris, just keep doing what they've really been doing. They were hot during the outdoor game. They were hot last week, and striking while the iron's hot is always the catchphrase that I tend to use. But it seems like even after the irons cooled down, the Hokies still continue to strike. So playing their normal lines, playing how they normally play, just between other opponents, will definitely get them through the rest of this game.
Well, we'll talk more and as well as about the Seahawks first. But let's send it down to the ice for starting lineups and national anthem.
Welcome to the ice. The starters first from the University of North Carolina at Wilmington Seahawks. Starting at forward, number 13, Chris Lawson. Starting at forward, number 17, Colin Roberts. Starting at forward, number 75, Luke Moses. Starting on defense, number 20, Logan Neal. Starting on defense, number 28, Bobby Brower.
Once again, we welcome you inside the Lancerlot Sports Complex for tonight's ACCHL matchup between the number 2 ranked Virginia Tech Hokies and the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks. My name is Chris Pierce alongside Jordan Parham for tonight's festivities. Jordan, we got a matchup between two good teams, points at stake, league points. What are you expecting out of this one?
I'm expecting to see a great hustling UNC-Wilmington team versus a already on fire Virginia Tech Hokies, number 2 ranked Virginia Tech Hokies. Let me correct myself. I'm expecting a lot of shots, a lot of goals from both sides, and a lot of just heart being left out here on this ice.
Yeah, history has been made so many times this season by the Hokies. It seems like every single game they play, there's history either as a team or individually. There's 2 potential milestones for the Hokies this season, for this weekend. First, you got Cam Gazai 6 points away from 100, but then you also got the fact that they can clinch the ACCHL South Division title with 2 wins against the Seahawks this weekend.
That's definitely something that the Hokies have in the back of their minds coming into this game. And it's also something that UNC-Wilmington also knows that they can prevent just by playing their absolute best and leaving it all out there on the ice right now.
So we'll give you a quick starting lineups. First for the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks, head coach Rich Brower will throw out the line of Lawson, Roberts, as well as Moses on the wing, and then the defensive pair of Neal and Brower, the coach's son. And then in net for the Seahawks tonight is Dylan Clancy. For the Hokies, Coach Bowen in his 13th season at the helm, with his usual first line of Paduzzi, Garlock, and Kazai, along with Logis and McAfee. And the net, Ian Key. And away we go. Seahawks win the faceoff, moving from left to right on your screen. Logis will pick it up for the Hokies. Kept in by Roberts. Roberts, the UNC-Wilmington's best statistical player, will throw it in. Lawson pinned up against the boards. Moses there to send it to the point. Shot there by Brower. That one wide of Ian Key. Key playing in his first game since shutting out the Tar Heels out in Charlotte, as Logis now carries it up in the offensive zone. Logis has shot that one, blocked by Neal. Lawson for the Seahawks. He'll bring it up on the near side. He'll across the blue line. Dips it off for Roberts. Roberts, heavy pressure there by Cam Kazai. Lawson, big hit there, collides with McAfee behind the Tech net. Still battling for it. Lawson, Roberts, McAfee all there. Puck eventually trickles out to the point, kept in by Bressimmer. He'll send it over to the far side. Logis will collect it for the Hokies. 1 minute gone here in this tightly contested matchup. Both teams getting a feel for each other as Logis will dump that one in. Hokies will go for an offensive change. Levy for the Seahawks will backhand that one off the glass. Clear to neutral ice. Levy, his brother, will send it towards the net. Max Sullivan able to wick that one away. Sullivan will go to the far side. Look ahead, gives it to Hearn, who will able to clear it. Batted down and now taken by number 9 of the Seahawks. That one off of the pad of Keys, sent to the far side. A lot of puck bouncing around as that collision on their near side. Unable to be cleared by the Hokies. Kept and shooting that one, saved by Key. Big rebound in front. Good job by Sullivan preventing a chance there for the Seahawks. That one's going to be offsides. We'll have our first whistle of the game. Folks, this season, the Virginia Tech Hokies Power Play is sponsored by Grand Home Furnishings, your Grand Furnishing home in any area. Face off won by the Hokies, Dean Hearn. Will backhand that one to Ewan Andrew, who's pushed by Levy. That shot there, saved by Key. He had an outstanding performance out in Charlotte, shutting out the UNC Tar Heels. Hokies winning that game 6-0. It was the first of a 2-game sweep over the Tar Heels. Didn't get to play last Friday night due to severe weather conditions, though. The Hokies hosted the Tar Heels here last Saturday where they won 4-2. Coach Mullen talked to us earlier this week about the struggles his team had on special teams, allowing 2 power play goals to the Tar Heels. Hokies have yet to let an even strength goal so far this year, as that one's headed into the offensive zone. Dom Fantozzi will chase it. He's met there by Trainer. DeAndrea there for the Seahawks. Fantozzi Centering pass by Ewan Andrew. Gets to the stick. Fantozzi, his shot. Saved by Clancy. Ewan Andrew, his shot. Reflected and it goes in. Ewan Andrew will get the goal. Third game in a row for number 42 with a goal. His 2025 is off to a fantastic start.
Wonderful puck movement by Ewan Andrew right there. Moving the puck closer towards the net and just taking every shot they can get, especially shooting through traffic. I know I mention it pretty often, but shooting through traffic is what makes goals possible. And then excellent goaltending by Ian Key, preventing any chance of this being a tie game right now.
Yeah, Ewan Andrew was one of our highlighted players of tonight's game. He had a goal against UNC and Charlotte, had one last Saturday. Make it 3 in a row with a goal against the Seahawks to start off the Hokies' scoring so far tonight. Fantozzi on the assist as that puck's going to go into the glove of Key, and he'll cover it up for a whistle. Hokies starting off hot. Undefeated this season when taking the lead first in a game. It'll be Arthur Sang going up against Roberts. Face off to the left of Ian Key. Tie up. Taken by Lawson. Roberts, big hit there delivered on Lawson by Brian Rice. Centering pass. Is there going to be a penalty coming up against the Hokies? But it gets through Ian Key from Neal, and the Seahawks have tied this one up. Delayed penalty on Brian Rice, I believe, on the hit, though the Seahawks capitalize and tie this one up.
Got to give credit where credit is due, Chris. That was excellent shooting from UNC-Wilmington. Especially hitting a bouncing puck like that. It's really finicky and it's fishy. You don't necessarily know where that puck is going to end up, especially if you don't give it enough power. It's just going to keep bouncing off the ice. So wonderful chance at wonderful at taking that chance by UNC-Wilmington.
Camp Kazai racing off the faceoff, gets it in deep into the Seahawks zone. Peduzzi trying to keep the puck in. Neal will take it, the recent goal scorer for the Seahawks. All across the red line over the Roberts, who gets it back to Neal. Neal carries it in. McAfee will take it himself. He'll lay it off to Camp Kazai on the near side corner. He'll backhand that one trying to clear. Moses keeps it in. That shot deflected off of McAfee. Lawson. He'll try to dangle around Logus. Good defense there by the freshman rookie. Lawson. Roberts. Assuming that was Moses. Gets it to the point. Kept in there by Beesemer. Moses tries to center it for Levy. Puck gets through, but ends up in the back wall. Peduzzi will try to clear it ahead. Glarok able to do it with the edge of his stick. Levy. Now on over to Ons. Long shift there for the Hokies. First line, they'll go for a change. Wilmington will recollect. Levy. That one too far ahead. Zach Stewart takes over. Tries to attend it for Austin Hearn. A little too far away from him. We'll have to go back and send it deep. Too low there. Zach Stewart for the Hokies. Stewart battles. Tulo also there, trying to get it to himself. Hearn. Hard battle there on the boards. Stewart back to Hearn. Hearn overskates it. Levy there providing pressure for the Seahawks defense. Stewart thinking about centering it for Tulo. He gets hit, and there's going to be a penalty coming up on the Seahawks. As Tulo was drilled into the boards. We'll find out who it's on. It's actually going to be on the Hokies. Austin Hearn will head to the box. It's actually going to be a 4-on-4 as Hearn goes to the box for the Hokies, and for the Seahawks, it'll be Corey Levy. So it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Hokies have 5 skaters on right now. But the ref's going to tell them that they need 4. But a good one so far, Jordan, between the Hokies and the Seahawks.
So far, so good. A lot of contact, a lot of hit. They're playing like they're playing for a Stanley Cup right now, Game 7. Everything on the table, nothing to lose. So right now, they're taking both teams are doing great at taking each opportunity to move that puck forwards. And you don't necessarily see that too often, especially within the first 5, not even 5 minutes into the period. We're 4:52. So it's needless to say, we have a great game coming up next.
So Ethan Kamen will head to the box too. I believe Coach was getting an explanation. We'll get an explanation up here in the booth. So it'll be 2 Hokies in and 1 Seahawk. Though it will remain a 5-on-5 for the time being. Again, we'll let you know the penalties when they're announced.
It's most likely a 2 and 10 on the Hokies.
So it'll be a 5-on-4 as Tyler Gordon skates to the bench. 4-on-4 now that everything's cleared up. So 4-on-4, Don Fantozzi takes the face-off for himself in the near side corner, gets it to the point with Brian Rice. Rice, he'll flick that one up high off the stanchion and goes to the far side. Ewan Andrew bumped by the ref, unable to get the puck. Ahead now come the Seahawks. Fantozzi unable to clear. At the point now and shooting that one deflected off the glass behind the net. Shot there, saved by Key. And we'll have a whistle. So I'll have a face-off. So the penalties will be assessed to Austin Hearn. It's a 2-minute for cross-check and then a 10-minute misconduct for Hearn. So Hokies will play 4-on-4, but Hearn's going to have to sit in the bench for an additional 8 minutes after the 2 minutes are served by Ethan Kamen. The head now come the Seahawks, led by Bradley Gray. Gray will dump it into the zone behind the net. He'll battle with Kevin McAfee. McAfee comes up with it. He'll get it ahead to Cam Kazai. Kazai, that one off the bouncing. Dangerous there with Colberth right there in front of the net. Kazai, shifty, gets it over to Lagas. Lagas enters on the right side. Lagas will take it in deep. Side center in front for Paduzzi. His one-timer goes wide of the net. Paduzzi was creeping in on that slot. The opportunity just misses past Clancy. Kazai, unable to keep it. Roberts now for UNCW. Roberts, good defensive play there by J.H. Lagas. Battle on the near side, comes up with Roberts. Roberts, his shot's gloved down by Key for the save. 29 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Levy will come out of the box for the Seahawks. Came in for the Hokies. 1-1 is the score. A little less than 7 minutes gone by so far here in the first period. Goals scored by the Hokies from Ewan Andrew and by the Seahawks from Logan Neal. Stewart will take the face-off. Lanigan. Stewart. Lanigan will take it. Lanigan will backhand that one to Stewart. Stewart tries to mangle his way around Neal. His wrist shot saved by Clancy, and we'll have a whistle. Face off in the Hokies offensive zone. It'll be Zach Stewart. He'll tie it up, wins. Tulo unable to take it. Seahawks throw it to neutral ice. It's Ons, and there is going to be a penalty coming up. There's a whistle. And the Hokies will go on the power play.
A 3-second power play.
A 3-second power play, but a power play nonetheless. Who knows what will happen in 3 seconds.
Now, Chris, one thing I've noticed that UNC-Wilmington is doing way better than I've seen most teams play here at Lancerlot is they're doing a really good job at just keeping a close distance between the Hokies while playing defense. And those little things, that distance as you close into your opponent can really throw off somebody's shot, especially having to, if you're close up, for example, if it's a big height difference, like a 4-inch difference, reaching around that shot is definitely going to be way trickier than having that extra 2 feet.
Shot there by Kazai, saved by Clancy. The Hokies are on the Grand Home Furnishing power play. 5-on-4 action here we got here. Is a scrub over in the far corner, but another whistle as a helmet falls off of Brower. And just as the Hokies go on the power play, it looks like they're going to send someone to the box. Cam Kazai, it might look like, as the officials are bringing him over, but that's going to kill another Hokies power play, as there's been a lot of time being spent in the box tonight, Jordan.
Definitely a lot of back and forth box trading positions. You know, one Hokie comes out, one Seahawk goes in. When Seahawk goes in, one Hokie comes out. It's not even 2 periods in yet.
So we'll have 4-on-4 for the next 1 minute and 21 seconds, and then the Seahawks will have a 39-second power play to deal with. If you're keeping track on a score sheet, you're going to have to write a lot of names down in the first period of members in the penalty box. As roughing is the call, as that shot deflected and off of the netting behind Ian Key. Well, roughing is the penalty assessed to Cameron Kazai. 12:16 remaining here in the opening period of play. 1 minute and 4 seconds left of 4-on-4 action. It'll be Levy going up against Paduzzi on the far side corner to the right of Ian Key. One there by Levy, though Paduzzi able to get it to Garlock, who chips that one off of the boards. Levy. It's Kyle Levy, his brother Colin, plays forward for the Seahawks. The brothers are on the ice right now. That one intended for Colin was knocked down by Ethan Garlock, the over 6'4" center, sophomore, able to block that shot ahead. Lanigan brings it into the zone. Lanigan will get it in deep. Levy there for the Seahawks. 32 seconds remain on the 4-on-4 opportunity. Ons. He'll slab that one over to Ian Key, and he'll easily cover up for the whistle. These two teams facing each other for the first time in over a year and a half. You have to go back all the way to 2023 in the September late month, where the Hokies and the Seahawks duked it out in Wilmington. It was a split series, UNCW getting their first win against the Hokies in their program history. There was a pair of hat tricks in both games by the two teams. In the first game, it was Cameron Kazai getting his first career hat trick for the Hokies. As that shot there by Roberts, blocked by Key. Seahawks back at full strength now on the power play, as that one bounces wide of Key. Gordon trying to clear it, does with his body, falls down on the ice. He'll head to the bench. Neal will take it for the Seahawks. Neal tries to center in front, kept in there by Brower. Brower will take it wide, down. He's got Moses there on the wing. Moses back to Brower. Brower on the near side. Pending his options, he'll give it over to Moses. Moses shooting that one, saved by Key in his chest. Seahawks got what they wanted, had Moses creeping in from the point, but that shot easily read by Ian Key. And we still have a 1-1 game here in Vinton. Roberts, Paduzzi face off. 5 seconds left on the UNC-Wilmington power play. 10:38 overall here in the first. Neal, his wrist shot. That one deflected over the net. Dangerous once again. The deflection aspect getting bodies in front of the shot. As Hokies are back to full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. Austin Hearn still on the bench on the penalty box, serving his 10-minute major. Moses keeps it in. Off the back wall, J.H. Lagas stops in his tracks. He's met there by Ons. Garlock will eventually clear it to the neutral zone. Will be taken by Cam Kazai. Kazai has Paduzzi with him. Kazai tries to work his way around Trainer. He gets hit. No penalty coming up for the Seahawks. We've remained 5-on-5 hockey. Battling for his Brower. He's heads to the head for McAfee. His shot deflected off a couple of bodies. Past Lawson. Lagas, his shot. Glove down by Clancy. Rebound in front. Still loose. Paduzzi couldn't find it. Goes through his legs. And it's eventually cleared by the Seahawks. Dangerous situation there for UNCW. Hokies go for a change, so do the Seahawks. Matt Vanieri. He holds it in for the Hokies, making a change. Number 28, Brauman there for UNC-Wilmington. Over to the near side. Shot that one off the body of Max Sullivan. He keeps it to himself. Sullivan, the Lanigan. Lanigan ahead to Arthur Sang. Sang enters his zone. He'll take it wide left, tries to backhand it towards the net, stays with it. He'll backhand it to Lanigan at the point. Lanigan shot that one deflected past Clancy, still loose in front. Then the net is dislodged. No goal was called as another tricky situation for the Hokies results in no goal.
And if they keep that exact same play up, they'll definitely make this score 7-1 in no time. That was just a great shot opportunity by Theo Lanigan. Only thing is he just couldn't get any height on the puck, so it only went low. And that's great goaltending as well by UNC-Wilmington.
Yeah, 2 times over that last sequence was the puck right there in front of the net, a golden opportunity for the Hokies. They just weren't able to capitalize as the face-off inside the offensive zone. Don Fantozzi tries to center that one for Max Sullivan, though it was a little too late. Sullivan able to take it ahead, gives it to Fantozzi. Fantozzi, his shot that was more of a pass. Tyler Gordon keeps it in on the far side. Intended for you and Andrew, this third line of the Hokies. Very productive over the last few games. That centering pass from Andrew goes to no one, and it's eventually cleared for a Seahawks change. Max Sullivan will take it for an icing. 8:25 remaining here in the opening period of play. 1-1 is the score between the Hokies and Seahawks. Quiet in the scoring column, but not on the ice. Lots of physicality, lots of chances, though nothing coming of it. Fantozzi will take the face off. He'll win it. Goes to the point. That slap shot by Dean Hearn blocked by Colbert. Tyler Gordon tries to get to Fantozzi. Pushing in front. Physicality saved by Clancy. Fantozzi getting shoved down. Just pinches it towards the net. Clancy able to make the easy save. So we'll have another face-off. Zach Stewart will take it this time for the Hokies. Stewart, one of the many rookies on this team who's having a really good first-year campaign. Tulo, his shot, that one way wide of the net. Unable to be cleared, kept in by the skater Brian Rice. He'll just chuck that one towards Clancy, and he'll be able to make the bread basket save. 8:03 remaining in the first period. 1-1 is our score. Hokies pressuring. They've outshot their opponents in every single game this season. Barrett Lunder keeps it in. Shot pass there by Zach Stewart. Intercepted by Levy. Kyle Levy able to be cleared off of the stick of Day. Stewart. Rice. Ahead now to off the stick of Tulo. Hokies enter the zone. Tulo hit there. That was delivered by Beestemer. Stewart to the Rice. Rice has shot that one off of the pad of Clancy. Lunder there in front of the net, wreaking havoc for the Hokies. Dean Hearn. Tulo. Tulo being pushed and shoved. That pass goes into the neutral zone. Brian Rice will recover for the Hokies. Dean Hearn. Big move, spin move, avoiding the hit delivered there by Siggins. This is going to be offsides, but Siggins was charging in hard. Dean Hearn using a nice spin move to avoid the big hit.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Doozy will win the face-off. Oh, one-handed ahead for Zlagas, who gets it to McAfee. Up the Hokies bench to Garlock, who will dump it in. Hokies having one of the best forechecks in the league. A dump and chase method. Lagas. McAfee. That one off of his stick. Doesn't go far off of it. Seahawks able to punch it down into the zone. Lagas stops in his tracks behind Key. Gets it to Garlock. Garlock looking ahead. He'll chip it for Kazai. Kazai coming in hot. He'll stay with it, looking for a feeding partner in front. Garlock has his stick tied up, unable to get a shot off. McAfee will chase. No lacing called. Garlock. Kazai. Trying to get it ahead from McAfee, was coming in hot off of the zone. He runs into a Seahawk into the boards, and he'll get called for a penalty. We have a Seahawk down on the ice. McAfee was coming hard into the zone, waiting for that pass from Kazai. So unable to get in. His momentum just led him right into the boards, where he collided with Beesemer. So the Seahawks will go on the power play. We've had a lot of penalties so far tonight, Jordan. But this is what you get when you have a rivalry game.
I would say. It was definitely to be expected. You know, the physicality. It's unfortunate that someone ended up getting hurt in the end. However, I think something incidental or incoincidental just as such. I don't think Kevin McAfee should be punished for that. It was truly an accident, but refs have the final say. I wish the best I can't see the number down there, but I wish the best for him.
Yeah, so McAfee will join Austin Hearn in the penalty box, who's still serving his 10-minute penalty.
It's 10 minutes. It seems like a forever right now.
It does seem forever. He's got about a minute and a half left on that. But the major concern for Seahawk fans is Joey Beesemer, who's still down, but looks like he's slowly, that's not Beesemer, that's Brower, number 28, excuse me, who was down on the ice, but he's able to get up for the Seahawks. A very good sign. Brower, the son of head coach Rich Brower for the Seahawks. A lot of family connections in this game. For the Seahawks, you have head coach Rich Brower and his son, Bobby Brower, and then as well as Kyle Levy and Corey Levy, as we touched on a little bit earlier. Then for the Hokies, you have the Hearn brothers of Dean and Austin. So a lot of family ties in this game. 6:04 remaining here in the first period. Seahawks will go on the power play. As we mentioned, the Hokies struggled last week, especially on special teams. Allowed 2 goals to the Tar Heels on the power play. Levy. Gordon will just backhand that one sky high, goes all the way down to Clancy. Levy. Andrew, good back check there, wasting more time off the clock. Gordon will chase. He'll pin Levy up against the boards. Levy will toss Gordon down on the ice. And we'll have another penalty coming up, it looks like, this time on Levy.
And for clarification, Kevin McAfee got 2 minutes for holding. 2 minutes for holding.
Looks like it's not going to be a penalty. It was a whistle because Levy's helmet fell off. Like I said, this game is very physical. Both teams going at it. Lots of penalties. One of the Hokies' key course of how they've been so successful this season has been their ability to stay out of the box as off the face-off. Puck will trickle all the way down to Sullivan. We'll try to waste time off the clock. Again, the Seahawks are on the power play. Clancy off of his stick. He'll leave it for Ons. Ahead the Trainer. Back for Ons. Ons surveying. Will cross center ice. Enters wide left. Ons will stop. Get it to Trainer. Trainer leaves it over to Neal. Neal at the point. He'll get it over to Levy. Levy. He'll saucer that one to Ons. On the near side. Over. Shooting that one. Saving his key rebound in front. Sullivan gives it to Andrew. Unable to be cleared. Kept in by Ons. Levy. He'll backhand that one in. Around Lanigan. He'll whiff on the pass. Eventually kept in by Ons. Hokies struggling to keep clear. Eventually does. And they'll go for a quick change. 30 seconds remaining here on the power play for the Seahawks. 4:38 remaining overall in the opening period of play. 1-1 is the score. Brian Rice to Tulo. Tulo off the stick of Fantozzi. Neal for the Seahawks will take over. Neal. He'll chip that one to Lawson. Lawson hit there by Brian Rice. Roberts keeps it in, down low. He'll send it around for Moses. 7 seconds remaining on the power play for the Seahawks. Neal keeps it in. Moses. He'll inch closer, gets it down low to Roberts. Hokies back at full strength. 5-on-5 hockey. Moses. He'll backhand that one to the slot. Unable to be shot upon by Lawson. Levy. Neal. Neal to Lawson. Now it's Garlock for the Hokies. Garlock backhands it in. Lawson. Hokies keep it in. It's Ethan Garlock sticked away by Clancy as the puck was heading towards the net. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the opening period. Puck now by the Seahawks bench, eventually taken by Kevin McAfee. Cam Kazai will chase it. Levy will take over for the Seahawks. Kyle Levy will backhand that one. Nobody there, but Peduzzi. Penalty upcoming against the Seahawks. He was skating towards the bench, but it will be a grand home furnishing power play for the Virginia Tech Hokies as Moses will head to the bench, to the penalty box. Austin Hearn for the Hokies will come out of the penalty box. His 10 minutes have been served. But it feels like ever since opening puck drop, there has been at least one guy, no matter what team, in the penalty box.
I'm excited to see these statistics at intermission.
Yeah, we'll get the data report from our wonderful data and analytics team led by Ashley Kovitz. So we'll have the stats for you coming out of the break for the second intermission. But we got to imagine there's been a lot of penalty minutes being spent so far in the opening period of play by both teams.
I can imagine you're right that there's been at least one for every minute that's passed. There's been at least one person in the penalty box.
Hokies went 0 for 5 on the power play last weekend as that shot by Garlock. Kazai tries the wraparound. Grand home furnishing power play for the Hokies. Garlock to Kazai. Garlock puck bouncing on the far side corner. Pinned. Garlock, Kazai. Also there was Abraham. Seahawks able to clear it to neutral ice. Peduzzi. It's a lethal power play for the Hokies. A little cold as of late, though they're still effective 38% this season. Peduzzi enters on the left side. He'll skate it behind the net. Get it to the point to Tulo. Tulo past Peduzzi, down low to Stort. Stort will try to backhand it, kick it to himself for Tulo. Tulo pressure there by Tabraham. Tabraham pressuring Tulo. Back to Hearn. Hearn to Peduzzi. Peduzzi's wrist shot saved by Clancy. Rebound. Logis' backhand attempt goes behind the net. Gloved down by Tulo. Logis to Tulo. Tulo. He'll backhand that one off the post. Didn't have a really good angle there, but Tulo keeps it to himself. Over to Peduzzi at the point. Peduzzi kicks it to himself. He'll shoot that one wide angle. Unable to be kept in by Lanigan. 20 seconds remaining here on the power play for the Hokies. 90 seconds remaining in the period overall. Hearn. He'll skate around the net to Peduzzi. Peduzzi, the Lanigan. Lanigan, cross ice to Hearn. Hearn shooting that one deflected off of a body. 3 seconds remaining on the power play. Tulo shoots that one towards the net, covered up by Clancy, and some more pushing and shoving as UNC-Wilmington goes back to full strength as Clancy is down. His mask fell off. Another Seahawk down. So I believe Lanigan was coming in off of that shot from Tulo. They do have a backup goalie, UNC-Wilmington. But Clancy looks like he's all right, just a little beaten up. I mean, Jordan, that's just been the story of this game, is it's the physicality between these two teams. We've seen a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, a lot of penalties. I mean, it's getting ugly out there.
Yeah, we haven't seen a game this physical since UMD came down here.
Yeah, we all know how that game ended. But again, this is only the first game of a 2-game set between these two teams. They play each other tomorrow night and could possibly play each other in the playoffs if seedings work out.
not even just tomorrow night. We have 2 more periods to go through.
Well, it looks like Clancy is okay. Good sign there for the Seahawks.
I got chills going down my spine when I saw him take the water bottle and spray it on his neck.
You've been there.
I've been there. Oh, I would never do that again.
Speaking from a former hockey player himself. Face off in the offensive zone. Coach Mullen throwing out his 4th line out there of Veneri, Sang, and Kamen. Kamen will get the puck first. Levy there pinning him against the boards. 1 minute remaining here in the opening period. 1-1 is the score. Lanigan. His intended passer came in, broken up. Seahawks trying to clear it out of their zone. It's been heavy pressure by the Hokies forecheck. The Seahawks able to avoid it here as they will try to push for one final time this period. Is that one sent towards the net? Key backhands that one way. Lanigan. 30 seconds remaining. Veneri. He'll swipe it in. Clancy. He'll leave it for Trainer. Trainer. Over to Colbert. Colbert. He'll hit that one off the Keys pad. Big hit there by Brian Rice. No penalty called. Coming out of it, Lawson. Lawson's shot saved by Key. Rice. 8 seconds remaining. One final push for the Hokies. Rice will take it himself. As there's going to be a whistle. Offsides is the call. As Gavin Baduzzi got a little ahead of schedule. So we'll have a face-off with 2.7 seconds remaining here in the first period. That'll be Paduzzi going up against Roberts for the final couple of seconds of the period. Now we'll conclude a very physical but a very, very competitive first period between the Hokies and the Seahawks. 1-1 is the score. Jordan, your overall thoughts of the first period?
To echo you, very physical, a lot of penalty minutes. However, I saw multiple penalties that weren't called. I think the refs also just kind of got a sense that we're gonna be here for a while. There's gonna be a lot of people in the box, but the physicality is what wins games. Putting a body on your opponent, checking them, just taking them out of the play in any way or shape or form that you can is really what helps the game and what makes winning teams. So just seeing this equal reaction of just physicality from both sides, I wouldn't be surprised if this went to overtime in the end. I wouldn't be surprised if this stayed 1-1 until maybe the 3rd period or even the end of the match. So only time will tell, but
Well, we'll see what each team says in the locker room and how they'll respond in the 2nd and 3rd periods. Once again, it's only 1-1, but this game makes you feel like it's still 2-2 or 2-3 by the way these teams have been playing. So we'll see how that turns out in the 2nd period. Don't go away. We'll be right back on the Virginia Tech Hockey Network.
Come out firing, come out
You
flying.
got to get on these guys early. Let them know who's in charge of the game and execute.
5 players that have now over 30 points on VTHN welcomes you to the following presentation of Virginia Tech Hockey. VTHN welcomes you to the following presentation of
Welcome back to the Virginia Tech Hockey Network here on this beautiful Friday evening in Vinton. It's the Virginia Tech Hokies and the UNCW Seahawks. My name is Chris Pierce, alongside Jordan Parham. A very physical game so far this evening between these two teams. 1-1 is the score, though. Goal scored by, for the Virginia Tech Hokies, Ewan Andrew, and for the Seahawks, it's Logan Neal. Give you a quick rundown first of how the first period went. Shots even at 12 between the two sides, but where it really gets interesting, a real eye peeler for you, is the penalty minutes. I feel like every single second of that period there was someone in the box. For the penalty minute to break down for the Hokies, 20 minutes for the Seahawks, 18, a combined 38 minutes of time spent in the box between the two teams. 9 unique players. Jordan, what was your first overall impression of that first period?
Seeing all those penalty minutes definitely was a shocker, but definitely the physicality as well from both teams. Like I had mentioned before the break, physicality and taking your opponent out of that play is what wins games. And you can tell from both sides they both want to win it. They're both trying to put equal effort into each play, into each second of this game.
Well, face off of the second period, won by the Hokies, going now from left to right. Seahawks going from right to left in their teal unis. Very nice color scheme, by the way. I'd say one of the best I've seen recently.
Definitely. I have a pair of shoes that are the same color.
You decided to wear them today. Out of all days, that shot there deflected and off of the netting. Hokies looking to get back in the scoring columns, currently tied 1-1. They've only carried a tie 3 times so far into the second period this season. They've won all 3 contests. There's a big hit on the near side boards. Lawson pinned by Lagus, picked up by Paduzzi. He'll bring it around to the far side. Kazai unable to clear, kept in by the Seahawks. It's going to be offsides, actually, as Roberts touches it. Neal was unable to keep it in. He'll say, my bad, points to his chest. Hokies will go for a change, and we'll have a face-off outside of the Hokie zone in the opening minute of the second period. It's been a season of 2 halves for the UNCW Seahawks. They started off hot. They went 9-3 in their first 12 games, but in their last 13 games, they've struggled to play 25 games so far. They've gone a complete 180 from going 9-3 in their first 12 to 3-9-1 in their last 13, as that stick breaks in half as Austin Hearn carries it into the zone.
Looks like it was a double stick break. 2 at one time.
Behind the net, Austin Hearn backhands that one, centers it, no one home. Lanigan pushes ahead the Tulo. Tulo's wrist shot saved by Clancy. He's kept himself busy in net tonight. Hokies, that was their 13th shot on net. Poked ahead by the Seahawks. They can go over on a 2-on-1 opportunity. Moses ahead. Shot there, saved by Key. Shot coming from Ons. That shot there, saved by Key. Ons is a pursuing shot, blocked by Sullivan, kept in by Levy. Stick down by Ons, kept in by the Seahawks. Sullivan. Backhand that one to neutral ice. Levy over to his brother Colin. Ons. He'll try to pass that one ahead. Shot there by Levy. Deflected off a Key and out of play. 18:05 remaining here in the second period. 1-1 is the score. Seems the physicality is kind of toned down. Got to figure that both coaches in the locker rooms are talking about it. Staying out of the box, keeping your team in the game. Off the face-off, UNC keeps it in from the point. Down low. McAfee whacks at it. That was Brian Rice. Puck now controlled by the Seahawks. On's a shot, that one sticked away by Key and out of play once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in every Wednesday for the Doppler Effect on the Virginia Tech Hockey.
Face-off will take place to the right of Ian Key.
That's going to be your quote of the night, saved by Key.
Saved by Key. He was the recent ACCHL Player of the Week for his shutout performance against UNC. As that shot scored by Levy. Had a wide open net, got it past Key. Seahawks up on the Hokies 2-1.
Great play by UNC-Wilmington. Essentially just making Key think they're going to shoot on his left side. Then when he's not looking, quickly transfer to the right side. Open net, open back door. Always got to have a player watching that kitchen area. Unfortunately, this time for the Hokies, there was nobody there to help Key on that backside.
Yeah, Lee had a wide open net, as wide as you could possibly get it when dealing with a goalkeeper like Key. And he took his chance and it capitalized for the Seahawks. Up now 2-1 on the Hokies. The Hokies trailing for the first time in what seems like a while against their opponents. Have to tally back all the way to the Penn State game, I believe, was the last time the Hokies trailed to their opponents. Almost 2 months ago, more than 2 months ago to the date. So the Hokies certainly have their work cut out for them with the Seahawks, who are coming with the goal to ruin the Hokies' perfect ACCHL record. As Garlock loses that one, had Paduzzi and Kozai phantoming towards the net. Lagus. Again, the Hokies just need to win out in regulation in the remaining contests in ACCHL play to get the 1 seed. But we're currently trailing the Seahawks, who are right behind them. That shot by Lagus is saved by Clancy. DeAndrea leaves it ahead. Hit there by Paduzzi. Tabraham will just flick it in. Lagus. He's pinned there, kept in. Big hit by Lagus there. Garlock loves it down. Behind the net now is the Seahawks. It's Graves, keeps it in. Day backhands that one. To the near side, Lagus still trying to clear for the Hokies. He's pinned and sandwiched between 2 Seahawks. That's Graves and Siggins. Paduzzi joins the fray, so does McAfee. Skate pinned the puck against the boards. A lot of pushing and shoving. Ref holding his whistle and eventually blows it as the puck was not moving, kept by Siggins, and we'll have a whistle.
This game has turned from very physical to very,
It's gotten a lot calmer.
I would say calmer, but also
Compared to the first period. Not saying it's like mellowed out, but it's a lot
Yeah,
calmer
yeah.
physically in this period compared to the first.
I would add theoretical to it as well. It just seems like a lot of the forwards from UNC-Wilmington are taking their time before delivering that check. They really think like, okay, do we need this right now, or do we need do we need more puck movement? Do we need more shots towards the net? And it seems like they're doing a great job of being just unpredictable as when they're moving the puck up and down the ice.
Austin Hearn enters on the right side, leaves it for Tulo. Tulo's shot deflected above the net. Hearn couldn't get a firm stick on it. Centering pass by Tulo, broken up. Puck bouncing in front of the net. Tulo's backhander over the net of Clancy. Hard time seeing that one, goes over his head. And Seahawks thankfully will recover. Neal out the far side boards. Hearn brings it in for the Hokies. Hearn trying to dangle his way through. Moses using his body and delivers a huge hit on Stewart. No penalty called. Icing will That one goes all the way down behind Ian Keene. We'll have a whistle in the Hokies offensive zone. 14:43 remaining. Seahawks on top of the Hokies, 2-1. The Hokies once again pressuring Clancy. Great opportunity there by Tulo. Puck just went way above the net. Fantozzi and Roberts will draw. One by Fantozzi. Hearn. Hold the side to send it down. Fantozzi behind the net. Veneri also there. Chains on the third line. Andrew. That puck flies to the far side. Neal will send it off the glass, kept in by the skate of Fantozzi. Veneri will battle Neal once again. Neal will send it around to the near side. Dean Hearn chops at it, able to keep it in for the Hokies. As again, this is the long change period as that shot there off of Clancy, as each team will have to skate a very long ways to go change off the bench. As now the Seahawks will, with very tired legs, go to the bench and switch out their D. Kazai. He'll avoid a big hit by Moses, and he falls down on the ice. So we'll have a whistle. Paduzzi's helmet falls off. Not the first time tonight we've seen a whistle called because of a helmet falling off.
Gotta keep those chin straps tightened up.
So we'll have a face-off by the Seahawk bench. Arthur Seng will be out there to take it for the Hokies. So he'll go up against the recent goal scorer for the Seahawks, and Levy. Tie-up, won by the Hokies. Dean Hearn over to his partner, Brian Rice. Rice will slide that one to Hearn on the near side. Hearn able to clear it barely past the blue line. So the Seahawks will try to bring it in. Rice, that pass for Sang, a little too far ahead of him. Kept it by Kazai. His shot scores! Veneri starts the attack. Kazai finishes it.
What a sequence.
See, that was Arthur Sang was the one who kept the puck in the offensive zone, left it for Kazai, and that absolute snipe gets past Clancy. And just like that, Kazai is only 5 points away from 100 career.
That right there is knowing the line that you're on, knowing where and when knowing where everybody's supposed to be and when they're supposed to be there.
And you gotta remember, that was basically set up off of the face-off of Pazuzzi's helmet coming off. He had to skate off the ice. Sang coming on and provided that opportunity for the Hokies. Paduzzi tracing after it, falls down. No whistle called as the stick made contact with the puck. Kazai pins Levy against the boards. Kyle Levy trying to clear it, gets it the trainer, back to Levy. Fulbright off of the bench, slapped in by the Seahawks. McAfee too far ahead of Kazai. Paduzzi will pick it up. Paduzzi cross center ice to Garlock. Garlock down low, leaves it for Paduzzi. Gavin Paduzzi, all-time leading goal scorer for the Hokies, centers that one for Matt Tulo. Couldn't get a good grip on the shot. It's a centering pass once again for Paduzzi. Tulo's shot goes wide in the slot. Luck gets his shot. Tulo, I mean, that was Garlock with opportunity, but snatched out of thin air by Clancy. And we'll have another whistle. 12:30 remaining, 2-2. The Hokies are picking it up offensively.
Hokies coming back in this game, just taking as many shots as they can in front of that net, making improbable plays possible by just, adding a little bit of creativity to it.
Coach Mullen throw out his second line in the offensive zone. Zach Stewart will take the face-off. Hokies will win it. That shot there by Sullivan off the face-off was blocked by Day. Sullivan at the point. Battles with Day. Day able to kick it out of the zone. And the Hokies will have to regroup. Off the stick of Stewart. Down low behind Clancy. Too low to Stewart. Stewart in front of the net. Backhander. Saved by Clancy. Sullivan. Hearn leaves it for Stort. Stort stops in his tracks. He's pinned. Stort able to muscle and get it to the slot for Hearn. His shot saved by Clancy. Rebound in front. Oh, what a chance by the Hokies and Austin Hearn. Beesemer today. Backhand that one in. He'll go for a change. Seahawks using the long change to their advantage. Fantozzi tries to get it through the legs of Moses, unable to do so. Moses picks him off. Gets to the Roberts. Roberts extended for Lawson. He shoots that one anyway, saved by Key. Now here come the Hokies. Lunder to you and Andrew. Andrew on one off the board to the far side. Lawson kicks it to himself, though he's met there by you and Andrew. Andrew gets it to Fantozzi, who loses it. See, that was Tyler Gordon. Cross ice pass from Moses. A little too much sauce on it. Abraham for Roberts. Roberts pressured heavily by the Hokies defense. Barrett Lunder. He's got Lawson tangled up. Roberts to the point for Taberham. Taberham slap shot. That one bounces off a couple of Hokies. Loose in front. Shot there by Lawson. Saved by Key. Moses over to Levy. Levy over to Lawson. The one-timer whiffs on it. Fantozzi will clear it, though kept in by Levy. A jumping save keeps the puck in the zone. Levy on the far side. Shot there, saved by Key. Rebound, that one over the net. Fantozzi blocking that shot. Levy's centering pass, no one home, goes to the far side. Slap shot, blocked there by Tyler Gordon. Hokies looking to clear, still in the zone. Moses. Levy. Ryan Rice will try to backhand it to the near side. Moses keeps it in. Hokies very tired legs out there. Neal, his shot, he whiffs on it. Centering pass intended for Roberts, couldn't able to control it. Hokies able to clear to Tyler Gordon. Gordon will just send it in off of the referee. Hokies will go for a change finally. Less than 10 minutes gone here in the second period. J.H. Loggis, fresh off the bench, will carry it for the Hokies. Kamen, push it ahead for Sang. Arthur Sang. His shot just wide of the net, past Clancy. Loggis will regroup. Poked ahead of him and saved by Key as the Seahawk was charging after him. A very exciting turn of events there, Jordan.
This speed on the Hokies line is what's really keeping them alive right now. Being able to get from blue line to blue line in mere seconds and getting these shot opportunities because of that, it's keeping them in the game and it's keeping the score tied.
Shot off the face-off by Ons, deflected by the Hokies. Seahawks applying pressure as Owens is shot. Good job by J.H. Loggis to stick the puck away from him before he could shoot it. McAfee. Well, backhanded to Loggis on the near side. Loggis loses it. Battle on the near side. Taken by Matt Vanieri. He passes the blue line, chips it in. He'll go for a change. Trainer and Kamen collide. Behind the net. Kamen the lone Hokie there, surrounded by two Seahawks. Eventually joined in by Peduzzi. Levy ahead off the boards, kept in by Peduzzi. Big hit there delivered on McAfee. 9-on-9 crime there on the near side boards. That pass for Levy. Levy tries to get it in front of the net, intended for a Seahawk. Neal keeps it in. His shot saved by Key. McAfee unable to clear. Roberts keeps it in. Though the good stick there by Tulo gives a good opportunity for the Hokies. It's J.H. Loggis. Gives it ahead. Backhanded. Two for Tulo. Clancy able to cover it up. And we'll have another whistle. A great opportunity. A three-on-one opportunity for the Hokies. You had Loggis, Tulo, and Hearn all there. But just nothing coming out of it.
Oh, man, if Tulo would have just made that shot instead of trying to pass it to the center, that probably would have been a different sound. Probably would have heard a horn after that shot.
8:16 remaining here in the second period. All tied up at 2 here at the Landsberg Sports Complex. That's Cam Kazai's shot off the face-off block there. Greffin Peduzzi's backhanded shot, that one over the net. And the Hokies will go retreat before entering the zone once again. Levy, he'll wrist that one off the near side boards. Trickles to center Rice. And we'll have a whistle. Be a high stick. Face-off will be in the Hokies defensive zone.
Man, Chris, I'll tell you one thing. All these guys right now are playing like there's 2 minutes left in the third period. We have 7:55 left in the second.
Yeah, the shots were even at 12 apiece entering the period. It certainly increased with the amount of shots headed toward the net and the opportunities created by these two teams.
With all these shots, to be honest with you, the shots on goal could be equal or a 1 or 2 point difference.
Max Sullivan's wrist shot, that one deflected off of DeAndrea. Goes to the far side corner. Austin Hearn tries to stop and pull a move, unable to do so around Colbreth. One thing we're also noticing with this game is the physicality. I mean, it's continuing, but they're more disciplined and not taking bad calls.
Right.
Zach Stewart will dump it in for the Hokies. Kyle Levy will send it back around. Stewart trying to keep the puck in the offensive zone, though. Will trickle to the neutral zone. Garlock. Sullivan. He'll backhand that one to the far side corner. Stewart ahead, shooting that one, saving it from Garlock. Rebound in front. Clancy, who was on his belly, reached up. That one too high of the net. Hearn. Levy battling with him. Muscles. Leaves it for Stewart. Stick there by Levy, breaks it up and has the Hokies retreat past the blue line. Dean Hearn. He'll stop, skate with it, loses it. Kyle Levy gloved in by Fantozzi. That shot, Clancy with the save. Gordon was right there in front of the net. Another perfect opportunity for the Hokies.
Seems like wherever that puck is shot, Clancy is already there.
Now he's been on his belly a lot. He's been on his bottom a lot too.
He definitely has.
With all these saves, they've been really, really impressive showing from Clancy, keeping the Seahawks in this game and tied.
And the benefit of that is he's not kicking out any rebounds either. So even though he's out of that play when he makes that save on the ground, he has control of that puck, or one of his D that are protected nearby has that control equally as well.
Well, momentum is currently in the Hokies' favor. Though as this game has been shown, it can go back and forth really quickly as Dean Hearn crossing center ice. He'll be collided with. Fantozzi will swipe it in behind. Clancy will take it out of his net. He'll leave it ahead for Neal. Neal skating past the benches. Will dump it in. Dean Hearn will be the first one to touch it for the Hokies. Hearn will wrist that one all the way down. Sang chasing it, no icing called. Abraham has it swiped in away by Tyler Gordon. Pass too far from Arthur Sang's reach, and the Seahawks will now carry it into the zone. Roberts behind the net. He'll backhand that one, loses it. Tyler Gordon slides it to the near side. Kamen leads it for Sang. Sang back to Kamen. Kamen trying to make a move around. Clancy pokes it towards the far side. Veneri keeps it in off of his body. Roberts. He'll patiently wait. Just ahead for Lawson. He loses it. Stays with it behind the net. Paduzzi, the captain for the Hokies, to Veneri. Veneri off the stick to Kamen. Kamen loses it. Has three Seahawks surrounding him. Kamen trying to keep it in, able to do so. Pokes it ahead to Loggins. Loggins' shot. That one deflected out of play off of Clancy. And we'll have a whistle of 4:40 remaining here in period number 2. 2-2 is the score. Both teams have scored in each period so far tonight.
And just mere minutes away from each other. I think no more than 2 minutes away that there's been a score increase.
Hokies' explosive offense, almost averaging 7 goals a game. Being held to 2 right now, the Seahawks just about below their average of about 3.5 goals a game. They've only allowed 3.5 goals a game, but the Hokies, if we want to get statistical, have only allowed just under 2 goals a game this season. Just tells you about the fantastic and historic season they've had so far. Is off the face-off. Collision behind the net. Lagus picks it up to Kazai. Kazai will try to sauce that one to Tulo, cross ice, glove down and sent behind Ian Key for Kevin McAfee to pick up. McAfee off the near sideboards. Levy gets it to his brother Kyle. Kyle That one off the near side, down behind Key. Kevin McAfee, the senior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, will take it for the Hokies. He'll give it off to J.H. Law, his defensive partner. That one too far, stick of too low. Kyle Levy will slap that one off of the boards. Trainer, he'll survey, has Cam Kazai pressuring him. He'll slap it off of the back wall. Sullivan keeps it in. Kyle Levy. And now come the Seahawks. Shot there, saved by Key off the shot from Mullins. Lanigan off the far side boards. Lanigan across the blue line to Kazai. Kazai, his wrist shot from the blue line, too high off the glass. DeAndrea. That pass to center, Rice. Well, Lanigan will collect it for the Hokies. Austin Hearn. That pass off of Logan Neal. Hearn will take it himself for Tulo. Tulo surveys. Assuming that's Zach Stewart. Stewart cross ice to Lanigan at the point. Lanigan takes it himself. Shoots that one, saved by Clancy. Rebound behind the net. Hearn. His shot blocked there by Levy. Lanigan to Hearn on the wing. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the period. Lanigan. Sullivan. Max Sullivan will backhand that one over to Lanigan on the far side point. Garlock. Hokies tiring out the Seahawks' legs. Garlock, that shot. Aiming for a deflection off of a Seahawk, and they're able to clear. Slap shot there by Levy. Seahawks will go for a much-needed change. Abraham taps it in. Key will come out of his crease. He'll leave it for Max Sullivan. Sullivan will sling it around the boards to the red line. Ewan Andrew. Andrew has a goal tonight. Gives it to Garlock. Garlock shot. Fantozzi was charging in, looking for a deflection to tip in. Though the Seahawks will take it on the other end. Holbrook. 2 minutes remaining as Clancy is down on the ice on the other side. Once again, we'll have a whistle. Reminder, the Wilmington does have a backup goalie, just in case. It is Josh Davis.
Seems like he might get suit ups. Yep, he's getting the helmet on right now.
Well, we'll take a quick moment to remind you guys that next weekend we have a deal that you can't miss. The Hokies and the Ice Pack, one of the biggest games of the season. We have quite a deal for you. On Friday, next Friday, we'll be hosting a watch party at Top of the Stairs Tots in Blacksburg. Folks 18 and older can join and watch at Tots. It'll be Virginia Tech at NC State, puck drop at 8:30 on ESPN. Again, a watch party on Friday, but Saturday is where it all is at. Saturday, we'll have a special deal for you where fans can eat early at Tots for a good hour or so, and then after take a nice bus ride over here to Vinton and check out the Virginia Tech Hokies and the North Carolina State Ice Pack. Have at it. Again, one of the biggest games of the season. You don't want to miss it. Scan the QR code now. It's the biggest weekend of the season. Clancy on his knees, getting a nice hydration break. He's been busy tonight.
He has.
Lots of saves.
He has. He has earned every save he has gotten today.
Again, the backup is Josh Davis, number 97 for the Seahawks. So Clancy is up, and it looks like he'll continue. It's a good sign.
That is a good sign. That's heart. That's something you can't teach, is heart.
Clancy has kept the Seahawks in this game. 2-2 is the score. Made some really good saves this period, especially that one on Austin Hearn, that one-timer that he absolutely gloved down. Certainly one of the highlights of the period for the Seahawks.
He's definitely been studying film, let me tell you.
So with 1:52 remaining, Fantozzi will have the face-off, and he'll battle after it. Day will ricochet off of some bodies, goes down to the far side corner. Gordon Backhands that one cross ice. Kyle Levy. Send that in front of Key. He'll throw that one away in front of him. Down low in the corner. Puck flown in the air. Levy will collect it at center ice. 1:20 remaining here in the second period. 2-2 is the score. Kyle Levy head to Day. Day, he'll wrist shot that one in. Seahawks will charge after it. Graves. Gordon. Rice. Rice's pass intended for Andrew, too far behind him. Goes down into the Seahawks defensive zone. 1 minute remaining here in the second. Graves ahead to Moses. Moses, his shot saved by Key. Paduzzi tangled up with Lawson. Andrew. Kazai. Kazai crosses the blue line. He'll muscle out. Trainer stays with it. Roberts will take over UNCW. 30 seconds remaining. 2-2 is the score. McAfee to Paduzzi. He'll clear at least. Kazai chasing after it. No icing's waved off. Kazai, first one there. He'll battle with Trainer. Gets it over to Tulo. He whiffs on the one-timer. The shot by Lug is saved by Clancy. 17 seconds remaining. Another one-time opportunity by the Hokies. Snatched up by Clancy. Making a name for himself against the Hokies.
He was down twice, but he's certainly not out.
Roberts will get kicked out of the face-off. Levy will take over against Sang. 15 seconds remaining. One last push for the Seahawks. It's Levy. Tries to get it to Roberts. Blocked there by J.H. Lagus. McAfee pins Roberts up against the board. 5 seconds remaining. Looking for one more shot. Levy tries to center it, but no one home. Blocked by a Hokie, but that will conclude the second period. 2-2 is the score. Jordan, your thoughts?
Both teams are definitely considering whether or not they should go for a hit or not. And if they do, it's a really well thought out hit. And I like to see that for both teams. Nobody in the penalty box this period at all. But yet, it's definitely been an effective game, and it's been an effective strategy for both teams. The shots are definitely up. The shots are probably even as they were last period. Ooh, me and these quarters. And it's definitely showing that the speed and the speed and the agility coming from both teams, trying to just outskate each other, has been the deciding factor of this game. Whether they're able to get around their opponent in a quick succession or not, that's what's going to decide this winner at the end of the next period.
Well, we'll see how the third period manages for both teams. 40 minutes down, 20 to go here from the Lancelot Sports Complex. 2-2 to score between the Hokies and Seahawks. Don't go away on the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. We'll be right back.
Come out firing, come out flying. You got to get on these guys early. Let them know who's in charge of the game and execute.
5 players that have now over 30 points on your team already halfway through the season.
You set the standard. You don't wait on anybody else.
All gas, no brakes.
Virginia Tech has never won 8 in a row in program history.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, and the Hokies will walk out of New Jersey on a 7-game win streak.
So let's talk kind of about Denison for them. 17-3 this weekend.
Kazai driving in. They score! The Bronx fall 10-3 to the Virginia Tech Hokies.
And he shoots and he scores! Dynamic duo strikes again. And it goes in!
Taken out. That one fired and they score.
This shot score! Saved by Cook. Plays the
Kazai on the wraparound and he scores!
VTHN welcomes you to the following presentation of Virginia Tech Hockey. VTHN welcomes
The Wilmington Seahawks. Welcome back to the broadcast. My name is Chris Pierce, joined alongside Jordan and Parham as we get set for period number 3 in a 2-2 game. Jordan, there was a lot of penalties in the first period. Nothing in the second period. What is your overall assessment of, the physicality between these two teams as we lead up to the third?
Both these teams went from physical to, hey, we're gonna put a body on these people. We're gonna check. We're gonna risk getting ourselves into the penalty box. To, hey, we're gonna get physical, but we're gonna play this smart. We're gonna skate faster. We're gonna skate more laps. We're gonna skate around people. We're gonna try to block off shots. We're gonna cut that angle down. This team went from, both these teams really went from, hey, we're racking up almost 38, almost 40 minutes of penalty minutes in 20 minutes of play, to, all right, now we're going to just start playing our best hockey. We're going to start taking more shots, and we're going to show people why we're UNC-Wilmington and why Virginia Tech is number 2 in the ACCHL.
Yeah, they might be number 2 in the ACCHL, but right now they are all tied at 2 with the Seahawks. Shots on goal in the favor of the Hokies, 27-23 as we begin the final period of play. But you saw the momentum in that last period, kind of shift between the two sides. The Seahawks had some really good chances. Then on the other end, the Hokies had some really good chances, and Clancy has stopped them all.
I was going to say, we got to give the flowers to Clancy while we still got him here on the ice. 2 really, really tough falls, 2 rough falls. And I know me personally, if I took 2 like that to the helmet where I had to take my helmet off and take a quick break, I don't know if I would still be in this third period. I think I probably would have passed it off to Davis.
Well, immediately off the face-off, Clancy covers up with Cam Kazai charging after him. Face-off in the offensive zone. Kept in by Gavin Peduzzi. Peduzzi falling down. Cam Kazai gets hit there on the near side. Peduzzi's a wide-angle shot. Goes wide to the far side. Some big hits being delivered here in the early parts of this third period. 2-2 is the score. Moses had Peduzzi circling him like a shark. Now after Colbert. Puck taken away by Garlock. Garlock. He'll charge into the zone. Hokies going for a full line change as Garlock keeps the puck to himself. Tulo, his shot off of Garlock, had it away by Clancy. That one again by Tulo behind the net. Clancy able to save it once again. Hearn, Stewart, back to Sullivan. Stewart keeps it in. Tulo, back to Stewart. Stewart shot, deflected, rebound. That shot saved by Clancy off of Sullivan's stick. Clancy doing his best efforts to keep the Seahawks in this one. Sullivan leaves it for Tulo, and that shot deflected out of play. Folks, join us once again tomorrow here at the lot as the Hokies take on UNC-Wilmington. Puck drop is set for 6:30 p.m. Fans can tune in live or on the Virginia Tech Network starting at 6:15 p.m. Come out and support the Hokies as they hit the ice this season. Only 3 more home games left. We got another one against the Seahawks tomorrow. A big one against NC State next week. This NC State climbing now to number 6 in the rankings, so it's going to be a 2 versus 6 matchup if the rankings hold. A very, very crucial game, and not only in terms of, you know, the rankings, but the playoffs too, because NC State already clinched their division, and with the Hokies win, they'll be able to, you know, have a chance to clinch the 1st seed. If NC State wins, they'll have a better chance to clinch the 1st seed. So a lot is at stake for that NC State game, and we're not even a week away from it. And then, of course, you have senior night on the 31st, the Hokies' last home game of the season before the playoffs. Cam Kazai, excuse me, that's Barrett Lunder. He'll swipe that one in. Levy, back to his partner. Levy on the far side, kept in by Lunder, bouncing puck, Fantozzi. Fantozzi pushed by Levy. Gordon there to intervene. 17:30 remaining in this final period of play. Fantozzi will try to center it for Andrew, but it's saved by Clancy.
Great work by Clancy reading that play. Great work. He didn't get caught up behind, or he didn't get caught up looking at that guy skating behind the net. He envisioned, hey, you know, he saw the next move and he took that opportunity. It was a risk, but he took that opportunity.
Tie-off off the face-off taken by Abraham. Kept in by the Hokies. Abraham battles with Kamen. Veneri onto the near side. Big hit there. Kept in by Brian Rice. That one deflected off of the chest of Clancy. Clancy staying busy in this final period of play as the Seahawks look to make an attack. Sang backhands that one back into the zone. Clancy will cover up, and we will have a whistle. Folks, we just want to remind you that next weekend, a part of that NC State game, it's a big weekend. We have the watch party at Tots on Friday night. Please join us from 8 to 10 o'clock. And then on Saturday, you cannot miss this deal. You have food, bus, and tickets to the game. Scan the QR code now. Face-off won by the Hokies. Log is a shot blocked. Gray walking in alone. He's got the Antone save. And DeAndrea shot by Key. McAfee. McAfee will chip that one. Swiped at by Clancy. No puck to stick there. McAfee. Garlock tries to get it to McAfee. McAfee behind the net. McAfee centering for Garlock. DeAndrea collecting for the Seahawks. Pushes ahead to Colberth. Colberth will send it in. He'll go for a change. 16-13 remaining here. Kazai to Paduzzi. Paduzzi to Logis. Logis crossing center ice. He'll take it himself into the zone. Logis will backhand it. Centering for Kazai. Couldn't get a stick on it. Roberts off the boards. Clears it. Lanigan back over to Garlock. Garlock. Paduzzi tries to tap it in front of the net. That one banked off of the glass. Roberts to Lawson. Lawson takes it wide. That one off of Tulo. Behind the net, Lanigan, the junior, will give it to Garlock, who will slap that one off the boards, as it'll be sent around by Bissimer. Bissimer to Moses. Moses will throw that one all the way down. Icing will be called, and we'll have a whistle. Folks, make sure to tune in every Wednesday or Friday for the Gobbler Effect right here on the Virginia Tech Hockey Network, sponsored by the Beach House Bar and Grill. Sit down and watch as me, Chris Pierce, talks with head coach Joey Moen and this week's special guest, Kyle Bean. Catch it on the Gobbler Effect here on the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. Off the faceoff, Brian Rice's shot deflected off a couple of bodies. We sent around for Moses. Moses will backhand that one off the boards, cleared by Roberts. Levy, Kyle Levy. Off the skate of Roberts, loses it. Hearn to Stewart. Stewart stays with it. Just tries to get it to Tulo. Tulo's shot saved by Clancy. Tulo staying with it, surrounded by 3 Seahawks. Lawson has it stripped away by Hearn. Moses will collect in the corner. Moses. The Beesimer. Off the boards. Hearn. Stewart, intended for Austin Hearn. The back check there by the Seahawks. Another icing will be called. And we'll have a whistle in the Hokies offensive zone. There seems to be different dynamics with each period. You know, in the first period, you had a lot of, physicality and, guys leading to guys in the boxes. And then you had in the second period, you had a lot of shots. You had a lot of momentum shifts. What are you noticing in this period that separates it from the other two?
Right now, I see both teams being very cautious about what their next move is going to be. They're taking really careful shots. They're taking their time looking for players around the ice. They're not necessarily just taking more shots than they've been doing, but they're taking they're waiting and passing more, circling and cycling the puck more than they have in the other two periods. And it's very interesting, like you said, first one was all about Bruce strength. The second one was like, okay, we're gonna just skate circles around these guys, and we're gonna shoot as many times as we can get without getting in the penalty box. And now we're just seeing like, okay, let's take our time and let's develop a real plan, a plan of action right now. So spot on right there, Chris Pierce.
McAfee at the point, his wrist shot saved by Clancy. Clancy staying alert in the net for the Seahawks, keeping them in this one. 2-2 is the score. Just under 14 minutes remaining in this one. Backhanded and kept in by Day. Day off the glass behind Key. Logis, the two-way defenseman. Over 30 points of the season, 32 to be exact for the freshman. Coming from the juniors. He'll hand it off to Dom Fantozzi. Fantozzi up to Tyler Gordon. Gordon tries to take it backhand. Good defensive job there by Trainer. Fantozzi. He'll shoot that one. Sticked by Clancy to the far side. Sullivan keeps it in. Tabraham, Andrew, battle with it. Graves there to join the fray. And another whistle will be blown as the puck is stopped.
This is great strength by Tabraham right there to just keep the puck from moving in the corner. Putting all your weight on one foot and then kind of just trapping your foot in the corner. It takes a lot, especially when, I didn't catch the number by there, but when you got a Hokie pushing on you and forcing you to almost get off that puck, it takes a lot of just courage and strength to just stand there and stand your ground.
Matt Veneri keeps the puck in the zone, has two Seahawks on him, using that brute strength to send it to the far side. Ethan came in another pin against the wall, this time by Trainer. Came in using his strength, keeps it in to the point with Sullivan. Sullivan's wrist shot down off the body of Sang. That one by Lanigan goes wide. And eventually cleared by the Seahawks as it goes all the way down, and we'll have an icing. And in this game, 4 league points, 3 points for regulation win, 2 for an overtime win, and 1 for an overtime loss. The Hokies need to win in regulation tonight to at least have a chance at winning the first, getting the first seed outright. If they don't, they'll have to depend on North Carolina State and Penn State, both teams who they've lost to this season, to lose one of their next couple of league games before the season ends to get the 1 seed. So a very crucial game for the Hokies. Both games this weekend are up for league points. Another 2 games against NC State next weekend. Then again, we don't know what's going to happen with that UNC makeup game that was canceled last Friday. Garlock, Paduzzi, he'll stop in his tracks. Paduzzi loses it, picked up by the Seahawks. It's Ons will decide to skate it to the far side corner. To Levy, to the point. That shot saved by Key off of the stick of Brower.
This has really become a goalie's game right now. Ian Key not seeing too much action at the beginning of this third period. However, both of them apiece have been playing real detrimental and crucial parts of this game. especially in keeping the score level right now.
Off the face-off, Hearn will try to give it to McAfee, though it's kept in by the Seahawks. Too low to Hearn. Hearn pushing ahead on the left side. He'll dig it in deep. Puck bouncing, kept in by Lagus, down on his knees. He'll send it ahead before he's hit hard by Colbert. Lagus slow to get up. He'll play for Gray, who delivers a huge hit. Hoover's shot hit and scores. Seahawks regain the lead over the Hokies. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity, and Colbert just sneaked it right over the left arm of Ian Key. Gets the Seahawks up 3-2. And you got to think that hit by Lagus certainly caused that goal to happen.
Definitely. It's like I had mentioned earlier, this is a very, very, hey, let's sit down and let's come up with a play. Let's not make too many hits. Let's only make the necessary ones.
Speaking of hits, it looks like there's going to be a penalty coming up on the Seahawks as Levy just shoved Andrew into the boards. And just like we mentioned, that physicality is starting to pick right back up where it left off in the first period. Levy will head to the box. It was a clean second period on the penalty sheet. But the Hokies will go on the power play for 2 minutes. A much-needed man advantage shot for the Hokies.
Right as I was just saying that they only made clean, good, methodical hits. A dirty one comes in, and unfortunately, Levy has to pay the price in the sin bin.
So it'll be a grand home furnishing power play for the Hokies. Scoreless tonight. Zach Stort, Austin Hearn, Max Sullivan. Sullivan back to Hearn. Hearn pressured, gets it to Sullivan. Excuse me, that's Paduzzi. Over to Lanigan. Lanigan tries the center for too low. Sullivan. Lanigan to Tulo. Tulo tries to send it in front for Stort. Stort pressured by Abraham. Able to get it to Hearn. Hearn fakes the pass, tries to send it in front of the net, tipped and over the net. It was from Tulo. Lanigan. Boarding is the call, sets to Levy. Tulo. Stort. Back to Tulo. Tulo shot. Saved by Clancy. Rebound in front. Shot by Hearn and he scores! We're all tied up at 3. Austin Hearn off the rebound gets this one tied.
Now, Chris, I know you felt it, but for the viewers at home, the whole stadium jumped. Everybody was on their feet after that goal was made.
Yeah, a really good crowd on hand for a Friday night game at the lot. Austin Hearn knocks this one up at 3. And just like that, we have a brand new game on our hands between the Hokies and the Seahawks. A power play goal from Austin Hearn gets the Hokies tied up with 10 minutes remaining here in the final period of play. Lawson. Paduzzi. There's going to be a whistle. There's some action going on with Kazai and Brower. We'll have a penalty coming up against the Hokies.
It's looking like a slash.
It's going to be a slash on the Hokies. Deciding who it's going to be on. Just as they even it up, they give something back up to the Seahawks, and that's going to draw a power play for them as Cam Kazai will head to the box. 2 minutes. Seahawks already scored on the power play once today. B. Roberts taking the face-off against Paduzzi. Lagus, little slap shot, that one off the glass, and it'll go all the way down. Good start for the Hokies. Hooking is the call to Kazai. Neal. He'll dump that one in. First touch by Lagus. Paduzzi. Hokies have 7 shorthanded goals this season. His shot, that one off the glass. Off of the netting and out of play. Hokies usually have 1 or 2 dangerous opportunities on the short-handed. That might have been their one right there. Usually it's either Peduzzi or Kazai. Kazai leads the nation in short-handed goals, though he's in the penalty box right now. Off the face-off, UNC, Moses will take it. Moses, skate past some defenders, unable to get through Brian Rice. Hokies will just backhand that one to neutral ice. Brower leaves it for Neal. Neal off the near side boards to Lawson. He'll backhand that one to Key, and he'll just able to cover it up. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining on the power play for the Seahawks. Not much really generating for them.
No, not much momentum generating from this power play. If you're the Seahawks right now, you have the chance to take this and to take this win to a 1-point lead in your end. Unlike the Hokies, how they did with their most recent power play, it just doesn't seem they're not fueled enough to keep their shots up and to make this a 4-3 game.
Dangerous there as Hokies able to clear it at least and regroup as Kyle Levy sent it to Colin Levy. Puck will just be flowing all the way down behind Clancy. 40 seconds remain on the man advantage for the Seahawks. Kyle Levy gives it over to his brother Colin. Skating in the zone. Too low stick was broken. He'll have to go to the bench to get a stick. Great opportunity here for the Seahawks. That shot and he scores! Power play goal for the Seahawks. Put them back up by 1 against the Hokies. Tulo broke his stick, gave the Seahawks a 5-on-3 opportunity for a second, and they capitalized. And the Hokies will once again have to climb back up, down 1, with 8:17 remaining here in the third. Garlock will send that one in because I falls down. There's going to be a penalty coming up. And that's shot by Peduzzi, saved by Clancy. As a delayed penalty was coming up against the Seahawks. Hokies will go back on the power play. So a trading of men in the box. First it was the Seahawks, then it was the Hokies, and now it's back to the Hokies. Back to the Seahawks. With 8 minutes remaining, Hokies back on the power play. They were successful last time with Austin Hearn's goal. We'll see what the Hokies can do here, down 1 goal. 2 minutes on the clock, on the man advantage. 8:09 remaining in the game, down 1. As Bradley Gray will serve 2 minutes in the box for the Seahawks. Tie up between Fantozzi and Colberth, won by the Hokies. Kazai, Peduzzi, back to Logis. Logis, he loses it, gets it to Kazai. Bouncing puck, able to be kept in by Peduzzi. Kazai. He'll skate with it at the point, gets it to her. Fantozzi, he'll lose it. And it'll go past the blue line, so the Hokies will need a retreat. It's 2 minutes for slashing, assess the Gray. Hokies are on the Grand Home Furnishing power play. Fantozzi chips that one for Kazai. That one off of his stick, keeps it in the zone. Falls down as Kazai. Neal pressuring him, pushing him against the boards. Kazai ends up with it. Kazai to Logis. Logis back to Kazai. Kazai shooting that one off of Clancy's face mask. Goes to the far side corner. Garlock. We'll try to look for a passing partner as Levy's there to break it up and send it all the way down. And with 1 minute remaining, the Hokies are still on the power play. 7 minutes remaining in this game entire. Hearn. He'll take it himself. Pass it to Lanigan. Lanigan. He'll take it left side. He'll skate in. Gets it to Tulo, who loses it. Dangerous situation there. But the Seahawks clear it once again. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. A win against the Hokies would be huge for the Seahawks. Hearn. Tulo. Tulo will take it in the far side corner. Levy wasting more time off the clock, and he'll just clear it all the way down, and that will do it for the penalty for the Seahawks. Hokies unsuccessful on this one. Seahawks back to full strength. 6 minutes remaining. Sullivan, Lanigan, that one off the stick of Ons. Sullivan unable to stay with it. Turnover. Seahawks penalty going to be called against the Hokies. A little late on the hand raise, but the Hokies, not what you want to do in this situation. Give up a penalty, and the Seahawks will go back on the power play. Will be Sullivan going in the box for tripping, certainly. Excuse me, cross-checking is the call for Sullivan. Seahawks capitalize on their last power play. Can really get this game out of reach with another one here. Owens, back to Levy. Owens falls down. Kept in. Owens trying to get his way around Key. Puck loose in front. Neck is dislodged. No call. Cross-checking is the call to Sullivan. Gordon's able to clear at least to neutral ice. Levy. Whole circle around the blue circle of the center ice. Seahawks. Ons. That one intercepted by McAfee. McAfee will survey and stop in his tracks. He'll send it around. Clancy will leave it for Levy. Levy to his brother Colin. Colin Levy. Over to Abraham. Lodgus, good defensive play there, stripping the puck away. Lodgus, full head of steam. He'll skate past Moses. He'll deke his way around Roberts. Lodgus all alone. His shot just wide of the net. Kept in by Rice. Lodgus, first one there. He'll backhand it for Perducci. Perducci's shot unable to get through. Kyle Levy there with the defensive save. 40 seconds remain on the power play for the Seahawks. Moses. He'll tap that one to Roberts on the near side. Brower, back to Roberts. Puck still in the defensive zone. 25 seconds remain. Moses. Roberts leaves it for Neal. Neal spun down, sent it in front of the net. No one home. Kept in by Moses on the far side. Moses tries to weasel his way through. Kept in by Neal. Neal's shot. Then it goes in on the power play. 4 minutes remaining. Seahawks up 5-3.
If this Hokie squad wants to see a comeback, they need to stay out of the penalty box. They need to take as many shots as they can down low by Clancy. And they also need to remember that the more that they skate around and they pass the puck, they cycle that around, the more that confuses this UNCW defense. 4 minutes is enough time to put up 2 or even 3 goals.
Well, it's going to be a hard time to come back. Well, they do have 4 minutes on the clock. Coming in now is Levy. Levy tries to backhand that one, send it in front. Hearn. Holunder. Stewart. He'll send it in. And it's what killed them last week against UNC is that they allowed 2 goals on the power play. They won that game as that shot there, saved by Clancy. They won that game 4-2. But, you know, you started to see cracks in their penalty kill ability by allowing 2 goals to UNC. And then again tonight with allowing now, I believe, 3 goals on the power play to the Seahawks. So obviously some cleaning up to do before, you know, some big games before tomorrow. Then you got NC State next week. So some work to do by the Hokies. Lawson off the face-off, hands it to Moses. Moses is Roberts, 2-on-1, over to Roberts. Roberts unable to do the backhand. That's good defensive play by the Hokies, able to prevent that opportunity on the other end. Fantozzi, pushed by Lawson. Lawson. Rice will calm things down. He crosses the red line, he'll dump it in. Clancy will leave it ahead. for Taberham. Taberham. Ons. Moses. Moses. His shot's blocked by Key. Rebound goes to Ons. Ons backhander saved by Key, and he'll cover it up for a whistle. 2:38 remaining. If you're Coach Mullen, when do you think it's time to start thinking about pulling Ian Key?
Usually, coaches will pull within 2 minutes, depending on whether or not the Hokies can get this puck out in the defensive zone early on. Then maybe we might see Key pulled before the 2-minute mark.
Well, icing's going to be called with 2:32 remaining. It's going to be interesting to see when Coach pulls them. Again, they are down 2 goals. Down 5-3. Seahawks 2 power play goals in this period. That's what has them in front of the Hokies. Off the face-off will hit that one off the back wall. Paduzzi unable to clear. Eventually does off the stick of Garlock. He'll send it ahead to Teo Lanigan. Lanigan, his shot. That one wide of Clancy. Key on the very edge of the crease. Not yet getting the signal to come out. Levy will send it ahead. Big hit there on the wall by Max Sullivan. Levy. Hokies now circling the puck as there's going to be another penalty coming up against the Hokies. And that's absolutely deadly and a killer for any momentum they were hoping to get.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way the ref didn't catch that that easy head slam to the floor. And I would have been very surprised if they let that slide, especially with 2 minutes left and a crucial game for both of these teams.
Yeah, so Sullivan's just going to hang out in the box for the remainder of the game. 1:59 remaining in this one. Hokies down by 2 on the shorthanded opportunity. As that shot deflected off of Lagas. Holding is the call for Sullivan. You got to give credit to the Seahawks, like you mentioned. They came to play tonight in Vinton against a really good Virginia Tech Hokies team. And yes, it is going to reflect in the standings as the Hokies will drop to second in the South Division with any chances of possibly getting the 1 seed now a little harder to achieve. But for the Seahawks, this is a huge win. First game of the new year. And they're starting off their 2025 campaign looking good against a really good Virginia Tech hockey team. Obviously, adjustments are going to be made tomorrow night for the Hokies especially. But like I said, we got to give credit to UNCW, especially their goalkeeper, Clancy. Dylan Clancy having some really highlight reel saves and really making a statement against this high-scoring hockey team. As there's going to be another penalty coming up against Matt Tulo for goalie interference. 1 minute remaining as that one's just going to be sent all the way down, and icing will be called. But it's going to be a 5-on-3 to end this one as things just keep on going on the wrong end for the Hokies. Now Tulo will join Sullivan in the bench. But obviously, if you're Coach Mullen, there's obviously some things that you're looking on this game. There's some positives, but there's majority of things that you need to improve on for tomorrow night.
Definitely. If you're the Hokies, and if I was the coach of the Hokies, I would wholeheartedly tell them, do not get lost in playing offense so much that you can't get back on defense. I believe that's what kind of killed the Hokies most of all is they were doing good on offense, they were putting up a lot of shots, and then their transitions back to defense, it wasn't fast enough. And there were just some just minor mistakes that were made, and there's some things that couldn't be accounted for. For example, when Matt Tulo's stick broke, that left a 5-on-3 instead of a 5-on-4. You just can't help that. You can't predict that your stick is going to break in that situation. He hustled back to the bench to go grab a new stick or to change. I believe he changed. I believe he hopped over and was letting his the following line come up. But that's just one thing, you have to just be on the dime with. You can't plan for that as well. The Hokies, nonetheless, they played a great game. Ian Keep did a great job in goal. His puck tracking was astonishing. It was just there was not a lot of help from the defense for the Hokies on this side. That's something they should look forward to as they play tomorrow.
Well, the Seahawks are still pushing as Taberham, his shot off the post. 12 seconds remaining. Levy. Penalty coming up once again by the Hokies. That shot again off the post by Taberham. 5 seconds. Owns. One-timer saved by Key, laying down. It's going to be another penalty on the Hokies, but it really doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, I think at this point they're just seeing how many people they can put into the box.
As they're just going to call the game in fact. As the Seahawks will upset the Virginia Tech Hokies. Final score 5-3. Big win for the Seahawks, and you got to give credit to their goalkeeper, Dylan Clancy.
I do. I give a lot of credit to Dylan Clancy, especially since it didn't look like he was going to come back not once but twice. 2 times he was on the floor in 2 separate periods. I thought maybe if this happens again, then it will have to go to Davis. However, he held out until the end, and he definitely deserves all his flowers and his win tonight.
Yeah, Clancy unquestionably the first star of the night. And the Seahawks, they came to play. They had some really good shots on net, a lot of good opportunities created. Again, the Hokies being unable to stay disciplined, especially in the later stages of that third period, allowing 2 power play goals to the Seahawks. Certainly something they have to work on, Jordan.
Yeah, definitely. Something they should look forward to tomorrow is just, don't get too lost in playing defense, and don't get too lost in trying to convert on when you're shorthanded. Shorthanded goals happen. Like you said, we've had 7 this season. But there's not necessarily always a need for a shorthanded goal. Shorthanded goals should just come naturally, not necessarily forced. And it just seemed like the Hokies, even they were down 1, now down 2. They were trying to force a shorthanded goal just very cautiously in the end. And it did more harm than good in this situation.
Yeah, well, we'll see what the Hokies can cook up tomorrow night against the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks. Should be a good one. You can watch that here at 6:30 on the Virginia Tech Hockey Network. Once again, final score tonight from the Lancerlot Sports Complex. It's the UNC-Wilmington Seahawks 5, Virginia Tech Hokies 3. I'm Chris Pierce. That's Jordan Parham, Kyle Bean, our producer tonight. We thank you once again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night.